Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Wealth Wednesday, where we do our weekly master classes. So what we're going to do is we have a wonderful guest who's coming on. I'm super excited to introduce you guys to Coach Tomeka James. But before that, what we're going to do is we are going to share our wins for the week. You know how we do every single week. We have wins, rather even if they're small or large, doesn't matter the size of the wins. We are going to celebrate each other here in this community. So I will go first. So my win for the week is I actually acquired a software company. And so we're working on some logistical stuff, but I'm super excited about this software company. Right now, the name is going to be Funnelristic, and it's basically going to be housing, you can house memberships, digital products, a bunch of stuff you can do like digital marketing, like SMS messaging, email marketing. So I'm excited about this software because it works hand in hand with my business. So that is my win for the week. So who wants to go next?
I'll go next. What's up, y'all?
Hey, Kayla, what's up? How are you, hon?
I'm well. How have you been?
Oh, doing good. Hope your Memorial Day weekend went well.
It was uneventful, which is fine. Everything went fine. Ate a bunch of food I didn't need and got to hang out with some friends. So that was that.
Beautiful, beautiful.
My win for the week is I had a conversation with the young lady from the convention who mentioned about me speaking next year. And we're actually in the process of working on my abstract to be able to submit that within the next week or two to see if it'll get chosen for me to be able to speak next year. Also, she did mention like different things that I could potentially write a book about. So we're going to explore some of that to see where that goes. But yeah.
Oh my God. Well, congratulations. I know that speaking is definitely a good opportunity for you, especially if you're going to do that hand in hand with a book. That's really good. We actually have a speaker. Her name is Kendra. She's going to be coming on and doing a master class July 25th, July 27th, actually, and she's going to be educating us on how to become an author. So that is something to look forward to. Very exciting, but congratulations. I love it, love it, love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's next? Come on, let's share some wins, guys.
I'll go next.
All right, Diana.
Yeah, I did get approved for the Navy loan, so that's my win. Yay!
Good, congratulations. Good, good, good. And that's for your business or that's personal?
That's personal because it has to be in your personal first, I guess. Cash flow said Miss Cash Flow.
Okay,
so
awesome.
it's on your it's on the personal. Yes.
Okay, awesome.
So it helps with your personal credit.
Okay, that's the pledge loan.
Yes, the pledge loan. Yes, yes.
That's great.
And she said, one question. She said we have to pay that back in a month, 95%. Does anyone remember?
Yeah, she said you can pay it back right away, actually. She said within the same week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a month. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And last 5%, you just continue to make payments on the scheduled time. And so that way it continues to improve your credit.
On the 5%. 5% you pay back. Oh, great. Thanks. That's what I needed.
Yes.
That's it. The second one, I started exercising for the year. It took me a while, 6 months. So at least twice a week. So that's the second time for the week.
That's
win.
Good. That's awesome though, honestly.
A little lazy this year. Yeah, so it's late, but I started.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what counts though. So like, it doesn't matter the size of the win. It could be big or small, but at least you did it. So congratulations.
Yes, I did. Yep. Thank you. That's it. Just 2.
Awesome. Awesome. That's more than enough.
Yep.
All right. Who's next?
I'll go.
All right. What's up?
Hi. So My win for this week. So last week, a realtor reached out to me. She wants to be affiliate partners, where she'll send me clients for credit repair, and then I'll send them back to her once I'm finished. So she reached out to me last week, Thursday, and so far she has sent me two potential clients this week that I reached out to yesterday. So that's my win for this week.
Awesome. Congratulations. I know that realtors have your ideal clientele, so that's going to be a really good partnership for you, Mel.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, who's next? We got a couple more. We got Crystal and Nigel. You guys are available to unmute and tell us what your wins are for this week.
It's really noisy. I'm traveling for work. As far as business wise, no big wins, but health wise, I started a cleanse and started back up with my workout routine. So that's my win for the week.
Yes, that's amazing though. That's really, really, really good. You're gonna detoxify, get that body all cleaned up. That's awesome. And then
Yep.
starting back working out, that's good. At least you started though. And those are goals, and you hitting those benchmarks. So congratulations, Nigel. Congrats.
Hello. I guess for me this week, I also started my detox on Sunday. So I'm 3 days in? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I'm trying to do it for the whole month. So I'm being successful so far. So that's my win for this week.
All right, Crystal. Awesome. That's amazing. You're going to get that body all cleaned up. You're going to drop some weight. You're going to feel more energetic. So that is phenomenal. You guys are killing it. You know what? It's 3 of you on here that are like getting your whole regimen in order. I need to jump on board. So that's going to be one of my wins for next week. Okay. I'm going to start a detox or a cleanse or something.
Yes, start one, because I actually started mine today as well, but I didn't consider that to be a win. But yeah,
that is a win though. Oh my gosh, Jesus, you guys are on it. Okay, y'all left me I need to jump on the bandwagon. Y'all left me behind.
Put some recommendations in the chat of these detox.
For real, right?
Send it my way too.
I know. Somebody has sent me a recipe for like a liver detox, and it had like cayenne, lemon, honey. No, was it honey? Or no, syrup. It was like grade A syrup, something like that.
maple syrup. That's
maple syrup. Yes.
That's a lemonade diet.
Yes. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Right. The cayenne's just gonna give it to me.
That part.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyways, guys, so we are about to dive into the master class. Thank you for sharing your wins. All of them are phenomenal, and I am just clapping for you and applauding, and just keep going and keep killing it in your business, in your personal life, and keep hitting those goals. So now I am about to introduce our speaker. She is a dear friend of mine. She has been a coach for almost 2 decades. Her name is Coach Tomeka James, and she is actually the coach's coach. So she teaches people how to become a coach, and she's just absolutely phenomenal. So without further ado, Coach Tomeka, take over the floor. How are you?
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hi, guys. How are you? All right. Thank you for the waves. I know you guys are muted right now. So, Christina, thank you for inviting me to come in tonight. So I'm excited no matter where I go and when I speak about what I do. I'm super excited about it. Thank you for the thumbs up, Nigel. All right. So I'm going to dive right in. So I've already been introduced. What I'm going to do is do a presentation for you guys tonight. But what I want to do is you're going to see me skip around through some of the slides. And the slides are used when I am sharing what it looks like to become a coach for someone to potentially join one of my programs, of course. So I'm not pitching you guys tonight. I'm here to share information. So you're gonna see me skip around. I just want to let you know what's happening when you see me click to the next slide, okay? So let me go ahead and get my slides on the screen. All right. So I shared that piece of information with you just now because when you do get to the point of being a coach is literally a person that has decided that they literally want to share their information or monetize their knowledge. So that's really what it means, even if you do not decide to take on the title of being a coach. But the position I'm taking with you guys this evening is letting you know that on the back end, if you are looking to get people to know who you are and what you do presentations, you do Zooms, you do master classes or webinars, whatever it is that you title it, that's what you're going to do to let people know about what you do. So without further ado, let me hop into my slides here. So if you are interested in becoming a coach, let's go. So I'm Coach Tomeka James. My title officially is Transformational Entrepreneurship Business Coach. Now, when you become a coach, you can call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. Short title, long title, whatever represents exactly what you do. Now, I took on this title transformational because I help a lot of people who are entrepreneurs, who are transitioning from one particular type of business to another, or you're transitioning so that there's another level for you. So I help people with entrepreneurship, and that's why that's in there. And then I left business coach because it's easy for you to understand business coach. All right. So, all right. I hope that you guys are well tuned in and you have no more distractions. Grab a pen and a notebook so that you will be able to take notes. I'm going to be sharing information you will want to take notes on. Now, I do want to ask you guys who are here, is there anyone that's here that is considering to be a coach? Let me find out who I'm actually talking to. So you can put a 1 in the chat if you are considering to be a coach, meaning you want to monetize your knowledge, you want to teach someone else something that you already know. And let me see if I can make sure I see the chat. So I want to know who's here. Now, if you don't consider yourself to be moving in this direction, this information is going to be great for you regardless. So I just have one person that's considering to be a coach or to monetize your knowledge, meaning you just want to train someone else on what you know. All right, all right. Well, thank you guys for letting me know where you stand. So however you take this information tonight, it's going to be beneficial no matter how you take it. All right. Now, working from home is one of the things that I do. So, you know, I have on the slide here, have you ever wanted to work from home or literally live on your own terms? And that's what coaches do. We decide that we're going to help someone to move from one position to another, and we get to work from home. Listen, I make sure that my home is comfortable for me because I'm here all the time. Yeah, I am. All right, so tonight I want to know, outside of even you being a coach, do you need clarity on things with social media, clarity on automation, and also clarity on strategy? So if there is an area that you need clarity on, please put it in the chat box, social media, automation, or strategy. So as I said earlier, guys, I am literally able to help you from many perspectives, even if you're not going to take on the coach's title. So I love interaction. So you guys can type things in the chat box. You guys are just watching. So I know that you guys are hanging out. You're not doing much. Your fingers could, you know, do a little walking so that we can have some interaction here. All right. Thank you so much. Automation and strategy, social media and strategy. All right. Absolutely. Strategy, strategy, strategy. All right. Now, the question is, do you want to know how to show up on your social media as an authority? As an authority, no matter what it is that you do in business, do you want to show up as an authority? Because if you're in business, people need to know that you exist and that you are serious about what you actually do. So that's what it means for you to show up on your social media as an authority. So if that's you, you can type me. All right, all right. So as you guys see, I'm skipping around. Okay. All right, now another thing that you may want to do is you may want to be able to make connections with people without things feeling sleazy and salesy. And I know that no matter who you encounter, you are watching people and you're saying to yourself, sometimes you're like, I don't really like how they came off. They feel like they're just trying to sell me something from the very beginning. And if you don't want to feel that way, you have to develop some strategies so that when you show up, people know that you come with information so it doesn't have to feel so sleazy. And I know that you've tried to figure out how to get your messages out quick and easy as well. So those are some of the things that most people are looking for. Now, I know that you also want to know what is it that you just need to do? What is the strategy, as you guys have already put in the chat? So what you really want to know is when to do everything, what to do, why, and you also want to know how. And we are speaking about becoming a coach or monetizing your knowledge. So what are you going to learn today from me? We are going to go over social media magic. That's going to be secret number 1. All right. So we're going to talk about how you can get social with very little effort. My secret number 2 is going to be automation boost. I'm going to talk to you about how technology can and will be your best friend. And secret number 3 is strategy sparks, the plan that sets you up for success. All right. So I'm ready to share my 3 secrets. My question is, are you ready? Are you ready? Type ready in the chat. Just type ready. Listen, I know you guys said you don't want to be a coach, but I need to know if you are ready. If you are ready. So I come with the energy because one of the things that we have to do is we have to show up once again as an authority, but we have to show up letting people know how serious we are about who we are and what we do. So before I dive in, I'm just going to share a little bit of my story so that you guys will know how I got to where I am using the online space, all right, and helping you to take it on. Now, I do want to let you guys know that literally for 30 years of my life, and it doesn't matter how old I look right now, I was in the beauty industry. I was a salon owner, educator, traveled around the world training people. I created actual weaving and extension techniques. So not just did them, I created them. So I owned a space in the beauty world and also even had a trade show called Extensions Expo, which is now a virtual show. So in any case, this was my life for literally close to 30 years. And one of the things that I thought was that was all that I was meant to do, was to wake up, service clients, and be in the beauty industry. But at some point in time, I realized that wasn't all that I was meant to do. So as I was saying, I was servicing clients with hair loss. I created a bunch of techniques that I even patented to make sure that, I was safe with those techniques. Well, at some point in time, guys, I got to the point when I was working behind a chair, I realized that I did not have the amount of freedom that I actually wanted. And I remember this point in time when I signed up for this CrossFit class and we met 3 times a week. And I got to the point where I was running late for class. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I really just want to fully take care of my body. And I want to just be a well-rounded person for real. But I was running late. And I got to the point where I said to myself, I'm no longer willing to accept being bound to a long day schedule and having it to affect my fitness plans. So I got to the point where I made this choice that I was going to shut down being behind a chair and shut down doing some of the other things that I did in the beauty industry. So within a few months, everything changed, guys. So I tell you that story so that you know that you could be doing something for so many years of your life. And you could get to the point where one day you wake up and you say to yourself, this is not my space anymore. So if you're listening tonight and you need to have a shift and you need to change, do not be nervous about it. Just go for it. Okay. So in the beginning, I struggled with the thought of how I would literally work without my hands and, just trying to figure out if I could work with my computer on a consistent basis, which is one of the things that coaches actually do. So I got to the point where I had to get super comfortable with my computer and understanding everything online. Because at this point in time, coaches do a lot of things in person, but we do a lot of our programs online. So I had to learn what it looked like to be able to run the back end and set everything up. So for months on end, I took classes on top of classes, and I got into mentorships and did all of these different things to bring me to where I am today. So yes, it was feeling like a little bit of a struggle. But what I ended up doing was I just started helping others. So if you are in a space where you're like, I don't know how I'm going to monetize my knowledge and begin to get into the coaching space, just start helping other people. When you do that, you literally will be on the track to doing the thing. All right. So I started helping other people. But what was the other thing that I actually did? I just got a coach. I just went ahead and got a coach. I was like, listen, I'm not trying to figure everything out by myself. I mean, I'm pretty good at mapping out how something works. But one of the things that we have to do is we have to get the actual information on the thing that we want to do, which is also, I'm sure, why you guys are in Christina's mentorship, okay? Because you want the fast track to the information. So I got a coach, and I got to the point where I was able to really learn what I needed to know, and everything was much more smooth from there. Now, in the beginning, guys, I want to share with you that I was trying to figure out, should I like follow someone else, be like someone in particular? Like, how should I start? Well, I told you that I already started helping people. But then I said to myself, well, what does it really look like when I start expressing this to the world? So one of the things that I had to do was develop my own framework. So tonight we're talking about what it looks like to become a coach. As a coach, you have to have your framework. Your framework is what you actually sit on. What is the basis of what you do? So my framework is PSO. And that framework stands for planning, strategizing, and organizing. No matter what I do, what I help you with, it goes back to me helping you to plan, strategize, and organize. All right. And earlier, Christina and I were in one of our networking meetings, and one of the other members of that group was saying that they needed something. They were trying to do their webinar, and they wanted to really figure out how they could get on track. And I'm like, yeah, I can definitely help you, because that's what I do as a coach. I help you to plan, to strategize, and to organize. So I'm going to be chatting with her to help her out. And it's very natural for me because that's my framework. Okay, so I started helping people, and then I began to start to niche down, okay? So that is another thing that you'll do as a coach. You'll decide that there's a general thing you want to do, but then like, who are you really talking to, and what do you really want to help them with? So that's something that you're going to have to figure out once you jump into your coaching arena. Now, something else that I noticed was that, and I spoke about this a little earlier, I also noticed that what I really wanted to do was to not have to get in my car and drive everywhere. And I just wanted to be able to stay home. When I tell you guys, there were about 15 good years, not 2 or 3, 15 good years, where I literally traveled the world educating. Then I would come back and I would go in my salon and I would work. I would train stylists and professionals, I trained people on business. I trained them on techniques. I would literally be in a hotel at least 2 to 3 times in a month, and renting cars all over the place, all of those things. I barely slept in my own bed. So I just wanted to stay home, guys. I was like, please. Some of you are trying to get outside and go on these flights. And I'm like, I just want to be still. So coaching actually helped me to be able to do just that. All right. So whether you guys are a 9-to-5er or whether you are already in business, I want to let you know that this is something that you can do starting now, even if you're doing something else. So let me share a little bit real quick. This is one of the clients that I work with. Now, as a coach, I'm going to come to you from a different perspective. When you want someone to know who you are and what you do, you have to get testimonies. You have to get people to legitimately and authentically tell others how you have assisted them. Because all day long, I could tell you what I do and how I feel that I'm amazing. But if no one else is willing to say that, then is it really true in your eyes? So I have a host of testimonies that I keep in my phone. So in my phone, I think I have about 90 something testimonies in my phone over the course of several years for many different things that I've done for many different people. So here is one of the testimonies. And what I usually ask them to do is just say whatever you want to say and let them go at it. All right, so here we go. As long as it will play. Clicking on play. So not fair. Come on. Well, guys, I don't know why it won't play, but he says such great things about me. Well, he spoke about how I helped him with his automations, how I helped him with structure, with his strategy. I basically helped him week to week to get to where he is as a coach himself. All right, so listen, if it's not going to play, we're not going to die tonight. I'm going to just move on. Unbelievable.
People don't understand you.
Well, it plays this one now.
Even if you don't use it till later on, or even if you don't appreciate it till later on, it's relieved that it's here. So Tomeka, I think you are an outstanding coach, personally and professionally, because I feel what it has done for me. And I keep thinking about that word free, because it's like, now I can let it out. Well, now I feel like letting it out. So, and it's impressive how you stay on point with so many things and meet so many times a week. I'm studying and learning to be like you when I grow up. And I'm Karen Henderson, and I'm done speaking.
I love this. That's why it's easy. Oh, yeah, I love it. I love it. It's a no-brainer for me, honestly. Okay, so what I want to share with you is that testimony that I just showed you was a testimony that she gave while she was in one of my memberships. So I run several of them for different reasons. And as a coach, you can either run one membership, mentorship, program, group, whatever title you want to call it. You can run one, and that can be your signature thing, and that's all you do. Or you can have many different types of memberships, and they can be spinoffs of the others. So there's one that's low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket, and they are in place for different reasons. Now, as coaches, what we do is we have these different programs, because you can have people to come in as in a low ticket program and you just support them for a particular reason. You can help them, and then if they need additional help on a higher level, they can move into one of your other programs. So I'm glad that I was able to show you that particular testimony, because it wasn't one that she sent in, but while we were in the membership, she just said something and I had it on camera. So here's what I want you to know about that. Testimonies come in many different forms. They're all over the place. If someone DMs you and they send you a really good message, it's a testimony. It is a testament to what you do, what you have done, how they feel, how they're excited. So you can utilize those as well, screenshot them. If you want to protect their name, you can scratch over it, or you can crop it and different things. But these are the things that coaches need to do, because someone needs to know that someone was excited about what you do. Okay. So the testimony she gave was in the program, and the one that the other guy gave, he sent it into me. Now, another thing I want to share with you when it comes down to this testimony over here is that as a coach, you guys are going to need to create things like for your social media, things like, what is this called? It's a template. So this template, as you guys can see, it says, I'm excited to meet and serve you. It's a picture of me. My name is underneath. And it says one-to-one private coaching. Now, this particular person was actually in more than one of my programs. I did one-to-one coaching with them. They also signed up to one of my group coaching programs as well. So I also have my website on the bottom of that. And I can now use this template over and over, and I can just pop some different videos in of different people. So if you are a coach and you're running a mentorship, membership, group coaching program, whatever you call it, you should have this to be able to pop the videos in, or even photos of the people that you're working with. All right, so this is the proof. All right, I hope this is helpful so far to any of you who are listening. All right, so where do we start tonight? Let's talk about social media visibility. Christine, I don't know how much time I have with everyone tonight. Let me know. Let me know. I should have asked that when we got started.
Yeah, we usually go until 8, but sometimes we do a little overtime. So
okay. All right, cool. All right. So let me begin to share a little bit about social media with you guys. All right, one of the things that you're going to need to do is to establish yourself as an authority. You can do that through video, and video, which is snippets of several types of things. So it can be engaging video that shows what you do. So whatever you guys are doing currently, even if you're not coaching, if you are running some type of a business, establishing yourself as an authority shows that you're really doing the thing. So those of you who are here, if you're creating an ebook, if you are developing a product, if you are helping people to build their credit or to fix their credit, you should show videos of you actually doing that. So you want to either have an additional camera on you while you're working with the client. If you're on a Zoom, have the camera that shows you on Zoom with a person, let a person walk around you while you're literally on your computer. You can do other things like just taking pictures of you with your computer and maybe pointing at the screen and talking to the person. You just want to show that you actually do what you do. Now, if you do any type of presentations, one of the things that you can do is showcase you while you're presenting, okay? So these are things that you do to literally show that you're really in the trenches. Reels is another way that we are able to seriously get to the masses. When you do a reel, as you guys know, that a reel can go pretty far because there is a feed that reels goes into. So if you choose to put the video into reels, it's going to be in the feed. And especially if you're using trending music, people are going to click on the sound because they like that sound, and they're going to see the people who use the sound. So if you really want to go a little further, you want more traction, that's one of the things that you can do for Reels conversion. Now, I could go on and on and on telling you guys about what you could do when it comes down to Reels, but I just want to pop around and share different pieces of information in regards to becoming a coach. Now, why is all of this important, even though I'm talking about social media? If you are going to show up, they need to know that you're serious. People want to follow those who are in front of others, that are active and that are also very consistent. Going live as a coach is really important as well, because people get to see your real personality. They get to see, you know, are you a happy-go-lucky person? Are you super serious? They get to see, you know, you talking about what's going on in your life, and you do want to share different things, opposed to just always teaching or just always being any one way or the other. So going live literally lets a person know that you're here to stay, and you're serious. All right. Now, when it comes to social media, one of the acronyms that I use is EME. You're always going to educate, motivate, or entertain. So whenever you go live or you put up a post, I want you to think about, why am I putting this post up? Why am I going live? Which category am I in? Now, the reason why you want to know which category that you're in at the time is because you don't want to dominate one so hard and so heavily that you don't use the others. So when you educate, you're teaching something about what you do. You could even be educating in regards to, well, this is what I have to offer. So that's educating them on your business as well. Motivating is getting people excited. People love to be motivated. I'm sure you're in this mentorship because there's a part of you that needs to be motivated. So if you want people to follow and connect with you, you want to do at least a little bit of that somewhere at some point in time. You also want to entertain. This simply could be a photo of you to let them know that you're alive, that you're well, entertaining them, showing them that you were traveling, that you were doing this, that, and the other. Okay, so those are some of the things that you can actually do. Now, I am going to kind of speed through some of these things because I literally have, this presentation could be so much longer if I really, really go deep. But on the screen right now is hook, story, and offer. Now, that's another thing. The acronym is HSO, hook, story, offer. And it has to do with, if you go live, your hook is your title for the live. So when people are scrolling and they make a choice, or if it comes across their screen, they're going to decide on if they're going to click on the live based upon the title. So that is the hook. Did you hook them with the title? The story is the meat of whatever you're going live about. And you have to decide what that's going to be. Now, at the end, because we're in business, you need to have some sort of an offer. Now, the offer doesn't have to be that they're buying something from you, but you could also offer them to go over, and that's really like a CTA, a call to action at the end. You can ask them to follow you on your Twitter, on your LinkedIn, follow me on another page. You could ask them to subscribe to your YouTube channel if you're podcasting and you're growing your channel. You can ask them to do something because people will only do what you generally ask them to do. So when you go live, when you make a post, you're using EME and HSO. You want to make sure that there is a reason why you're doing what you're doing. Okay. All right, there's so much more over there. Here's another testimony.
Hi, Coach Tomeka. It's Michelle Green, and
I'm gonna pass it.
Thank you so much for our VIP day.
All right, that's another thing. I'm just to go through, and I would really love to play her testimony because it was really good. But she was speaking about VIP day, and as coaches, if you want to help people one-to-one on the spot without a full-fledged program, you can have VIP days, which means that a person can come and connect with you. If you live in the same city and state, you guys can meet somewhere. If you don't live in the same city and state, a VIP day can be where they come to you, so they could fly in if they're out of state, or you can be flown in to where they are to do a VIP day. So it goes in many different directions, but VIP days are generally anywhere from 4 to, it could be up to 8 hours if you like, but generally about 4 to 8 hours, depending on what you want to cover. You'll have your own agenda for what you are going to help them with, and you're going to work with them throughout that day. Now, VIP day, when you hear it, it means a lot of different things. It could be, like for me, one of the VIP days that I offer is a person who has no idea of what they really want to do next, which was also what Michelle was doing at the time. What is the next business that I'm about to actually get into? I'm a little cloudy. I don't know what I want to do. Help me out. So I have processes because I'm also an author. I wrote a book called You Got Way More in You. Where is it? And I actually utilize my book during the VIP day, and they answer the questions in the book, and they go through, and it helps them to see more about themselves. It helps me to pull more out of them. And then literally I move into using who they really are, and then the answers to some of the questions to determine what they're going to do next. So by the end of the VIP day, we have some sort of a strategy that they're going to walk away with. Now, if you're going to be a coach, you could do just that for the duration of the day. Now, VIP days can get really fun. I like to do things different with each person. According to what they are working on will be what the day looks like. So Michelle was building her image, and I decided to take her to one of the places where she could take photos. And it was one of those places where it has the different rooms, and she could go in and just kind of just take photos in different sceneries and get herself prepared mentally and with the photos for the new business that she's going to start to run. So we also do like lunch and stuff like that. So if you're going to do that, you can develop your day like you want it. You could also hire a photographer to do a photo shoot with your people. One of the VIP days that I'm going to be doing is literally letting people come in and do content with their phones, because people have issues with using their phone. You don't need to hire a photographer every time you need a good photo. You just need to know how to take it and also how to be on your social media. So that is what I wanted to share about VIP days. And I hope that a lot of this is coming together for you guys. So let me share some more secrets and I'm gonna do some speedo in here. So we're now on automation. As a coach, one of the things that you're gonna have to do is learn how to automate your emails, your texts, and any of your social posts. These are things that consistently have to happen in the coaching arena. You have to send out emails to your members, emails to the people that you have been building on your list. So everyone also as a coach should be building a contact list, which means that, you guys know when someone has a free ebook or a free webinar or something, they are putting you on their list because you're now a lead. So you have to get leads in many different ways. So you are going to decide which way you're going to pull someone in to get them on your list. And then you're going to create email sequences. Now, whether you do this on your own or hire someone else to do it, email sequences mean they are in place because you're going to create a series of emails at once that is for a particular reason to get a particular result. So one of the email sequences that I have is I call it a nurture sequence. It is a nurture sequence, but I titled it nurture. And it just is very warm and welcoming. And it's talking about the person. So they get a nice warm message today. And then tomorrow they get a nice warm message and something to think about. I also email out my lives to people, some of the lives that I've done that have been very beneficial. So I'll put those in emails as well as a coach to let you know that I am live on my social media. You might have missed this one and maybe you want to catch it. So it can go into an email sequence to let them see things. And at some point in an email sequence, you will do some sort of selling. So you're going to introduce a product or something that is coming up. You can also not even sell anything, but just be informative about what's happening next. But you don't need to be there sending a one-off email all the time. Text messaging, in regards to being a coach, you're going to need to learn how to use different text message systems so that you can set those up and let them run as well. Your social posts, you should be setting them up and letting them run as well by using any type of schedulers, okay? So the scheduler that I love to use is Later. And Later allows me to put many different, so I have several Instagram pages, several Facebook pages, and I put them in the scheduler, set them up, and I set the post up and let them run. Now, I told you guys earlier, I have been doing this trade show for 13 years in person, and now it's a virtual show. So I don't give it as much attention as I would have in the past because I was in the trenches doing hair and I don't anymore. So now I really need to use that scheduler to be able to run that program. So I set up the posts of who the educators are and things they need to know, and then I let it run. I shoot different videos and let them run, okay? So let's see. Now, IG automation is another important thing when it comes to automation. It is not the newest thing on the planet, but it is new to a lot of people. And what you're looking at on the screen is an example of an actual IG automation, which happens from a company called ManyChat, ManyChat. So here is how it gets started. There's a keyword that a person types in. So I can go live and I can say, hey, if you're interested in learning more about going live, I have an ebook that is called the Go Live Formula. And if you want to grab the ebook, all you have to do is DM me the word ebook, and my automation will send you all the info. So what you see here is they could DM me the word ebook. They could also DM me the word coach. So I put in a couple of words so that at different points in time, I could use a different word. So I could tell them about ebook and not say anything about coach, or I could tell them about coach and never even mention the other word. So next, it'll send them this other message. Hey, you reached me, Coach Tomeka. Would you like to try my ebook out? And then if they say sure, or if they say not today, it'll go in either direction. If they say sure, it's going to send them the info that they need. And now they could click on it and get the ebook right away. Now, if you're going to become a coach, these are some things that you want to put in place. All right. So I spoke about framework, and as a coach, you will need to determine what your framework actually is. So you'll decide on a few acronyms that mean particular things. So I have a couple of them, and you'll develop the ones that work for you. So another one is FSA, fix, solve, or avoid. So we talk about that a lot when I'm working with clients. What problems do they fix, solve, or avoid? So this is something that we can't get past, because when I'm helping a coach to be a coach, I have to help them to literally understand what problems they fix, solve, or avoid. So if you're going into the coaching arena, you have to decide, how am I helping people, and what are the things that I consistently help them with? I also help others to figure out their why, and they have to know their obstacles. Guys, once you know your why you do what you do, you can do almost anything. You could be sleepy, you could be hungry, you could be sick. If you know what your why is, you will get up and move because you understand your assignment. If you also understand what your obstacles are before you start moving and even becoming a coach or doing anything in business, when you identify your obstacles, you now know what you need to get around. So if your obstacle is that you have children and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this thing and I have children. Well, now the obstacle is the child or the children. Well, do I need a nanny to come in? Do I just need a part-time babysitter? Do I need to put the child in school? Do I need to do whatever? But when you identify it, you work on it and you get around it. Now it's not an obstacle anymore, okay? So, all right, I'm passing through because I'm gonna get ready to finish up. But if you guys are considering to be a coach, what I want you to do is literally think about what type of coach you wanna be, who you wanna help, why you wanna do this before you get started. Because if you don't have a strong enough why, you're not going to be able to literally do this. Now, my last thing is that you have to know, as I was just saying a little while ago, these whys, the who, also the who, the when, the how, and the what. That's what you're going to sit on when you're ready to become a coach. So you have to know if there's a product that you're selling. So coaches have something that's available, just so you know. You don't just pop out and become a coach and say, hey, I'm just helping people. You don't only want to help people one-to-one, number one. You also want to be able to help them in a group coaching format, meaning bunch of people, we talk about the same topics. I help everyone at once, instead of, what if Christina wanted to help all of you this week? The amount of people that are on this webinar tonight, she decided to help you all one-to-one, which she may be doing. And it's fine if you do have one-to-one services as well. But what if every single week she helped you all one-to-one for 1 hour each? OMG, do you know how much time she would lose? So she has to figure out what else she's selling, which is her group coaching program, to get you all in here to make life easier for everyone. So she has the program. I know Christina has ebooks on different things. So she has other things that are moving for her as a coach, okay? You have to decide how you're going to serve, how you're going to help. You have to know when you're going to launch, because you don't want to start this coaching thing and you're not sure when you're going to launch. And you keep saying, oh, I'm going to do it. And now like 6 months goes by. I've seen it and it really happens. So you have to set a date. You have to know how you're going to maintain. You have to get your website or a landing page together. And you can do either or. The landing page is a little easier, and it is helpful because it's specific to whatever it is that you're going to share with people. So it just helps you to get started right away. But everyone still should have a website at some point in time. Coaches have to have payment portals. You have to have ways to get your money from the clients, and you should have multiple ways of collecting money. You have to get ready to launch a campaign so people know that you exist and what it is that you're doing. You have to do research. So you have to see who else is doing what you're doing before you start doing it. Don't just pop out, guys. It doesn't work that way, okay? And then you have to build your audience, all right? So I think I'm going to get ready to stop there, because I have shared quite a bit of information tonight in regards to what it looks like to get ready to start yourself as a coach. These are the things that you need to think about. and begin to plan out before you decide to let anything else go, you can start a coaching career while doing something else. All right. Do I have any comments, any questions, anything that you guys want to know? I'm here. So if I have shared some impactful and pertinent information, I forgot to tell you guys that I have this thing that people can type in at any point in time. It is AV. And that means that I've added value to you, your life, or your business. So I know that some of you are not even looking at being a coach, and that is just fine. But I did help you tonight to learn what it takes to monetize what you already know and to get this coaching business started. All right, Christina, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Coach Tomeka. We really, really, really appreciate you serving the community tonight and pouring into us and teaching us a bunch of strategies and about automation and how to become a coach. I know there's some questions out there, so I'm going to open the floor to questions. So if you guys have any questions, just please come off of unmute and ask Coach Tomeka your questions.
I have a question. I'm Kayla. I recently learned about nurse coaching, which is more health related stuff. But even overall, do you ask your clients to ever sign a waiver or a specific type of contract to say that you're not liable for anything or something like that?
Yes. So my high ticket programs have the contract attached. And what I do is I deliver the contract to them more than one time so that when they sign up and they pay. So what I have are membership portals that they log into to be in the program. And when they sign up, they are delivered it when they make their payment. If anything happens and they miss it, I also have a contract on the inside of the program when they get inside that they can click on and they can sign the contract. And when it comes to coaching, we're not guaranteeing any results. A coach is a person that pulls more out of a person to help them to see who they really are and what is it that they're aiming to do. And we provide direction. So we provide organized direction to someone, but we are not responsible for their results. So yeah, and you can put that in your contract, and that is what is in a contract. Thank you. That was a good question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was a really good question, Kayla. Kayla's about to be a nurse coach out here.
Nice. Nice. And you can be any kind of coach that you want to be, any kind. Yeah.
Your breaks, ma'am. These 7 ways to wealth, I have a nice long future to-do list that'll keep me busy for like the next 10 years. And we're only 1 month in.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it.
But when you say that you have enough to keep busy for that long, it's cool to have a lot and then to decide that I'm not going to do everything at once. I love it. You have to know that. So for anyone that was there any part of the presentation that you needed any additional information on or comment about something that you heard tonight, maybe for the first time that you are going to be able to use in your business, anything is fine.
I do have another question. Because lately I've been hearing coaching being a more popular thing for people to seek out, especially when they're trying to start something new. And I guess the question would be, how would someone seek out a coach?
How does one find any type of a coach, or what type of coach are you speaking of?
I guess that would be the question. It's like, because it's like you hear like, okay, you're trying to start entrepreneurship, or you're trying to grow in certain areas of your life, or there's different type of coaching. A lot of times you hear more so lifestyle coaching, which has been the popular thing for a while. And now I feel like I'm seeing more people get specific in different areas and hearing about different things of that in whatever it is that people are doing. But how do you determine a good, like, this is a good coach? Is it pure relationship, or what is their offering? What are the things that we should look out for to determine, like, you know what, this will work because this person is about their business?
Oh, okay. So do you remember the beginning of my presentation? This is a good question. My presentation was about setting yourself up as an authority. So that is why, and I'm so glad you asked that question, because the thing is, if you don't set yourself up as an authority, if you don't show up and you don't continuously showcase the things in the different categories, like what I shared tonight was much more deeper than maybe most people actually knew. You have to showcase that you are able to educate, motivate, and entertain, especially as a coach. You have to sit in those different categories. You also have to show up consistently so that people know that you're serious, as I was saying. So when you're looking for your coach, you want to know, is there a person that says things that are relative to what I need? Are they consistent? Do they show up live? Can I see their personality? Do I feel like they're a good match for me? Because even when you sometimes see a coach and they're doing these amazing things, your personality and theirs clashes. There were some coaches that I was considering to work with in the past. And when I looked at their personality, I was like, nah, that's not the person for me, because it needs to be a good fit. Because when you start dropping 1,000, 3,000, 5, 10, 15, 20K, it's got to be a good match. And you also have to, the coach that you choose, you have to believe that they're going to help you. You also remember the testimonies. Do they have testimonies of working with other people that they have helped? What did the people say that they got help with? Who proved that there are people that they've been working with that actually have some level of success, that are excited about talking about the fact that this coach helped them? Who shows up with the content that helps you to believe that they know what they're talking about? That's why the content has to, that's why I say fix, solve, and avoid, because you have to know whether you're fixing, solving, or avoiding a problem for a person. So the coach has to know what category they sit in and what they do so they could show that to the world. So yes, you pick your coach because you have seen long enough that they are the one that can actually help you. Now, when you guys see coaches do discovery calls, where they say book a call, what we say book a call, what we're doing is giving you an opportunity to hop on a call with us and have a little private time to ask your questions, and also to get to tell the coach who you are and what you're aiming to do. The conversation you have with that person, it'll either feel warm and fuzzy, or it'll feel like, no, this was a nice call, but I don't really feel it. So when you see that, and if you're going to be a coach, that's why you're doing it, because you're giving people an opportunity to break down that wall, to be able to see if you're the person. Yeah, that was such a good question. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. I love it.
So that's why, I dig into that, showing up as an authority. And Kayla, you spoke about something else, which is, you really were saying niching down. They are deciding on who they help and what they help with. The more that a coach niches down, the easier that a person who passes a person's page, or even types in something online and runs into them, if they feel like this is what they do and this is what I'm looking for, and they have the answers, then they will be like, oh, this is my person. Yeah.
So Coach Tomeka, Nigel in the chat said, great presentation. You made the information very easy to digest. Awesome. So I had a question, actually. I wanted to know, how do you increase your awareness as a coach, or your brand awareness?
Okay. A couple of ways. Of course, going live, as I said earlier. For me, I do the Masterclass Marathon, which Christina, you have spoken on several times. So I am providing exposure for others, but it's exposure for me too, because when we do the Masterclass Marathon, those are all entrepreneurs who are my avatar as well. And they are all speaking, and we share our audiences on Instagram. So anytime we go live with another person, we're sharing our audience. So it's giving all of us more reach and more exposure. So especially when there are 3 to 4 people on the screen at a time, we're sharing and getting more exposure. Another thing is for us to be interviewed by people who have podcasts. That's where you get a lot of exposure, because they have their own audience. They're going to interview you, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to put it on in 2 different places. One is going to be on their audio platform, which is the podcast, and they're also going to put it on their YouTube channel. So there will be people who just click around and run into it. So those are some of the ways, and also getting on other people's stages, doing public speaking. So speaking, even, we're great friends, and, I'm glad to be here tonight. But if, I wanted to just get a whole lot of exposure, I'd be out here like, hey, can I come and speak in your group? You can speak in Facebook groups, you can speak in groups like this and mentorships, different places. Yeah. So those are some of the ways to get more exposure, also without paying. Those are not the paid platforms. But then when we want more exposure and we want it to go ahead of us, then we need to do Facebook ads. And when we hear Facebook ad, it doesn't just mean Facebook. It means that it was developed and created on a Facebook platform. But when an ad is created, it can be placed on Instagram, in the stories and the reels and Messenger and different places like that as well.
Thank you so much for that.
Questions.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this masterclass, Coach Tomeka. I really appreciate you pouring into the community and just coming out and providing all of this information. You were dropping a lot of gems tonight. I know that some of our members were, taking diligent notes, and I know that some of them do want to be coaches. So hopefully they take the information that you provided tonight and take action and implement it in their businesses. So we are going to wrap up for tonight. I just want to go ahead and let you guys know that on Friday, we are going to have a book club session. It's going to be 7 p.m. on Zoom. We are reading How Successful People Think by John C. Maxwell, and we are going to dive into chapter 5. And then next week, on Wednesday, we have a master class, and the industry expert that's coming, his name is Marcus Majors, and he is a brand specialist. So he has been working with Snoop Dogg, he's been working with Busta Rhymes, and so he's going to be coming and dropping a lot of gems. So make sure you tune into our master class next week as well. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you dedicating this hour to the masterclass. Everyone have a wonderful night and continue to celebrate your wins. And we will see you again on Friday.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone. Pleasure to meet you all.